Yes, I have started the recording. Okay. Yes. So, before starting, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Vinay. I have 7+ years of experience in teaching SAP Security GRC and working also along with it. I have done two implementation GRCS implementation projects, and one is for HANA migration project, and I have worked on seven projects. Okay, so this is my teaching experience and working experience completely. And before I move further, I just wanted to know like how many of you have heard about SAP or worked in SAP, or everyone are new to SAP. I just want to know how the audience are. You can post it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and you can talk.
Hi, this is Harish. I have completely of 8 years of experience, but not into SAP. But I have learned SAP basis before.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Just I'm very much interested in learning this SAP GRC, which is like related to my and
Okay. Okay. Good. And anyone else want to share your experience or what brings you into SAP security? Okay, you can post it in the chat also. Let's not waste the time, or else we can further if no one wants to talk. Uh, Nagarjuna, can you mute yourself? Okay. Yes. So these are the contents which we'll be talking about. Like, oh, I just wanted to get a touch and feel of like what is SAP security, what is SAP for a non-SAP background. So what are the main things we have to focus on, like, and what is the career growth in that? How you have to move further, and what is the current future state of SAP security, like where it is headed, where you have to start. So we'll be discussing all those things one by one. At any point of time, if you have any doubts or if you have any questions, just unmute yourself as well. So we'll be happy to answer. Okay. So starting with whereas coming from non-SAP background, I just wanted to tell SAP is a ERP software. Okay. So what does it actually do? Why ERP is important in a organizational perspective? Okay. So ERP is just one step or one stage where you can perform each and every requirements of the organization. For example, say you want to start an organization. Okay, so in that one you need finance related things, HR, sales, material management, procurement, warehouse. Okay, these are different things where an organization required for any one platform. Okay, so that is what it is called an ERP, enterprise resource planning, everything at one place. Okay, so in that one, SAP is one of the ERP software. Okay, so along with SAP, there are other ERP softwares as well, say Oracle or Microsoft Dynamics, but SAP is almost it is consuming 90% of the market value of ERP. So there is the complete demand of SAP, like how valuable it is, or how many organizations are using SAP. Okay. So let's not talk about much on ERP. So we'll be concentrating more on SAP, and inside that, what is SAP security and what are the other modules as well. Okay, and where SAP security stands. So this is why do companies spend billions on SAP. So even though it's a costlier tool when compared to other ERP softwares, but what SAP offers on the table when compared to other ERP softwares or bits and pieces of different softwares. So ERP is along with SAP. There are other small softwares where it will bring in a few things. For example, for HR, there will be one individual software, and for finance related things, there will be one individual software. So instead of that, everything related to organization, anything you name it, SAP will provide that. So that is why most of the companies will go for SAP. Organizations will not use SAP because it's fancy or it is from long time. It's stable. Okay, it is stable, and SAP gives that everything in one single platform, which any organization needs. Even it is a small organization or the large scale organization, anything. Okay. So these are the few companies who are using SAP for their organization requirements in manufacturing auto, BMW, Bosch, John Deere, in consumer Coca-Cola, Nestle, PepsiCo also it's there, and these are the other companies which will come which are using SAP. Okay, already. Then now comes about what is SAP security, why we need that. Okay. See, in an organization, everything will be run by different people. Correct. Suppose, let's say, if you are giving access to uh, all the users for performing for their day-to-day task at once. For example, say let's give SAP all for all the users so that they can perform everything in that particular system. So what will happen then? So someone can see other person's salary reports or HR related documents or any finance related document. Anyone can post POs, approval PO for themselves. So there will be no control on who is doing what. Okay, that is where SAP security comes into picture. Okay, SAP security is not about giving the access. SAP security is about restricting the access. Suppose, say there are 10 users. One is doing HR related things, and one is doing finance related things, and one is related to manufacturing or anything. Okay, so to bifurcate the access of these users differently, for example, for HR resource, you need a separate access for him. Okay, and for finance, he need a separate access. So how you will decide that? That will be decided by the SAP security consultant. How you will do it? That will be that is what you will be getting to know in this entire session or in the upcoming sessions as well. Okay, so SAP security in a one liner, it's not about giving the access, it's about how you are restricting the access to the system, saying that who can perform which activity. Okay, so say another example, I just wanted to clear on like what is SAP security. In this meeting, we have 23 people, including me. Everyone are from different background. Okay, so I am from SAP security, someone is from SAP basis, and someone are from non-SAP background as well, who are doing HR related things, finance, or anyone who is working in the warehouse as well. So this SAP security team will be sole responsible for creating the access for them and assigning the access for them as well. Okay, in simpler words, it is like a simple task, but if you look at the picture, bigger picture, like how this is impacting the organization. So that's the value of SAP security team in any project or in any organization who is using SAP. Okay, so any doubts in this or any questions which you want to ask? Anything, even the simple some questions, I'm open to answer. Okay, no questions. Let's be more interactive instead of keeping on the mute. If you have any doubts at any point, just ask. Don't worry about that he's teaching something or we are just looking into the PPT or something. Just
Can you
be
explain?
open. Sorry,
Can you
Vivek, your voice is too low. It's choppy. And
actually can you explain again? Because I have joined late.
okay. So I was just explaining like how SAP security will sit into the complete organization requirement. Okay. So SAP security is the person who will decide or who will create that environment saying that who will access what. For example, you are from finance team saying that you want a finance related access only. You don't need anything related to warehouse or management. So SAP security team will create the roles accordingly, and that access will be assigned to you to do only finance related activities. So that is what SAP security is. Okay, this is in simpler words. Let's move to next slide.
I have a small doubt. Like,
Yes, yes,
so
Harish.
SAP security and SAP GRC both are same.
They both are go in combination. Okay, they are not
Okay.
different. Also, they are not same. Also, for example, in SAP security model, you will be creating the roles and you will be designing that entire structure. Okay, GRC is a tool which will monitor that. For example, say you are creating a role and you have assigned that role to one user. GRC is a governance tool. Okay, I'll be talking that in the next slide as well. When we come to GRC, I'll explain like complete picture, like how SAP security and GRC stands. Okay. Yes. So this is just an example, like how end-to-end process of one complete uh, process business process will work. For example, say someone is creating the sales order, and that orders are picked up from the warehouse. Okay, and once the order is picked up, that product is one will be less in the production replenishes. Okay, then one as soon as that is less, they will buy more materials into the warehouse. Okay, and this complete thing will go to the finance bills and books. Okay, this each and every part, for example, sales order creation, warehouse management, production related things, or procurement, anything related to materials, finance bills, everything will be should be handled by different people. Okay, suppose say in small organization, even though let's say the person who is creating the sales order is the one who is doing this task as well, it can be there. But to monitor that or to have a different bifurcation between people, for example, for sales order you need a different access, for warehouse you need a different access, for this you need a different access. So for this entire business process you need a different access for respective people. Okay, so assume like just here only for this example, assume that everything will be given to one person. Say in a small shop, in a provision store or anything, everything will be done by one people. There is no need of this SAP and all. But at the organization, larger organization, even though if they are having 500 users or 1000 users in their system, if all the people are having access for this, imagine like what can they do. Okay, they can create their own sales order, they can fill anything in their finance bills, and they can do fraud. Okay, whenever this fraud word comes related to finance, okay, that's where organization will think like how to reduce this. Okay, in that manner, to reduce this, what they will do, they will give different access to different people. That is called segregation of duties. Instead of doing all the task one person, they will divide each particular task to different people, and that dividing on saying like what he is accessing, what another persons from finance is accessing, will be entirely decided by security, SAP security roles. Okay, let's move on. So this is just a small example, so where you can relate it to your day-to-day activities. Okay, say an employee joins the company, and obviously they will give the ID card and the access card as well. Okay, for him, they will not give access for um, all the floors in the building. For example, something some things will be restricted for that employee. Okay, or some ODCs, so they'll be only specific to that particular ODC, so that where his team is sitting. Okay, in that floor also they have different meeting rooms or the chambers, so it will be restricted there also. Okay, this is how the levels of security is. Okay, first you will get the ID created. Inside that you will get building access. In that building you will decide which floor you want to access. In that floor you want to decide which cabin he has to access. Inside that again he can decide which locker can he access. So that is the layer by layer of security detailing. Okay, similarly in SAP also we have the similar kind of structure, not exactly similar, but it's a structure level of security. Okay, one, so first starting point is user ID should be there in SAP system. Who will do that? Who will be creating that SAP ID? That will be created by security team. Okay, so once the ID is created, he cannot access anything. It's just a empty ID. Okay, say he's joined the company without access card, he cannot do anything. He cannot even enter into the system. Sorry, enter into the building. Okay, that's why he needs a access card. Similarly, here they need the roles to access the entire system. Okay, to or do anything in the system. So this is the first level of security, role assignment. It will decide what he is doing. So inside that, they have transactions. Transactions in an SAP word is a executable thing. So for to perform any activity in the SAP screen, and so I'll be showing it in the system also. So what are transactions? Who are from non-SAP background? So just to give a glimpse of like how the system looks, what you will be doing. So those things I will show. But for this explanation, assume that there is a role. Inside that there will be a transaction. Okay, there is one more level of security. Okay, so if you have the role inside that, only few specific T codes related to finance will be there, or material management will be there. Okay, so inside transaction we have authorization objects. That is one more deeper level of authorization restriction. Say one T code have 10 objects. Okay, so that will decide what he can do in that particular transaction. This role will decide which transaction he can access. So inside this transaction, what authorization or further level restriction can be done. Okay, what values or org values he can access, that will be decided. Then once this entire thing is there, then the authorization checks run live as soon as the user is entering in a transaction code. Okay, so first you will check whether he has have access for the user ID, then he will access for that particular transaction. So inside that, whether he will be having access for T codes or authorization objects or the field values. So those things will be there. Okay. Yes. So any doubts here?
No.
Yeah. See, for most of you are from, maybe I am assuming that you are from non-SAP background, but see, once you get the theoretical part, like how the system looks, once you're into the system, you'll be getting to know like how the things work. Okay, don't worry, you'll be getting the system access as well. And in the same session itself, I'll be showing the SAP screen itself, like how it looks, how the
Sorry to interrupt. I think Sharath is having some doubt. He has raised his hands.
is Sharat.
Sharath?
Yeah, hi. Just I want to know that because many of them are just starting not starting from the security basics and that. Also, they just give a, little bit intro and then go for the GRC. Like that, it is not right. So we are starting covering the entire topics of security as well as GRC. Is it correct?
Yeah, we are covering the entire topic of SAP security. For example, user administration, role administration, and GRC, all the five modules, UR, ARA, ARM, BRM, everything will be covered. For this demo session, we are going, since most of them from non-SAP background, we are going a bit slow, saying that everyone will come into the same page, like how it looks.
Okay. Okay.
So when the
Okay.
actual session starts, it will be completely done in the system itself, no PPT presentation and all. So it's
Practical
going,
session will be there.
yeah,
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Clear.
yes. Anyone else? Any doubts?
Sir, hello.
Yes.
Sir, the assigning of T codes and role creations comes under basis activity or it's a security activity, sir?
It's specifically for SAP security. See,
Okay.
there is a difference between SAP basis and SAP security. Okay. SAP basis team will be handling the system level things. For example, system configuration, how system should behave, how system should run. Okay. SAP security people will be controlling who will be accessing the system and what access they need. Okay.
Okay.
See, in most of the, I mean, in few teams, there will be SAP basis and security resource, correct? But
Yes.
in most of the projects at the larger scale, they will be having a separate SAP security team, SAP security and GRC team. SAP basis team is a different one. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that area, SAP basis will not come, right? Only during that SAP basis and security yes, separate person means they will handle the assigning of roles, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, even every company who is using SAP will be having SAP security team, SAP security and GRC team. So their entire part is to handle how users are accessing the system, what they are accessing, and the complete audit part, which will come in GRC. Okay, so what users have access and who are executing which transaction, how many people are having access for finance related things. So these are all the things which is handled by purely by SAP security and GRC, not by SAP basis.
Okay.
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 Yeah. You can call me Vinay instead of sir, so it will be okay. Let's move on. Yeah. So this is what I was telling. Yeah, this is where user ID will be created in the system, and inside that they need a role to access anything. So this role will be assigned to the user. So inside this role, you'll be having transactions. Okay, suppose say I have assigned a finance related role. Okay, don't confuse between roles and T codes. Okay, T codes are not directly assigned to the users. Instead of that, roles are directly assigned to the users. This is the chain of command, like how the flow works. User is created, and for them roles are assigned. So inside roles, we'll be having the transactions. Okay, so this is one level, one layer of security. Transaction, which transaction will be coming in finance. So inside this finance transaction, for example, say some FI related transaction are there, some reports related to FI, they will execute that. So inside that report also, you can control what they are seeing, which field values, whether they can edit, whether they can only see what is that report, whether they can change whether they can create the report. So this will come under this authorization and field values. Field values will decide what you can do in that particular transaction. Okay, say there is a T code for SU01. Don't worry about that. I will come into that. But just for this example, I'm saying SU01 is the basic transaction code which every SAP security resource will be using that. Okay, that is for user creation. Basically, to user administration itself. Okay, you can create, you can change, you can delete, you can lock, unlock. Everything can be done in SU01. So in SU01, whether he can create that access or that user, whether he can delete that user, that will be decided by this field. Okay, the org values are nothing but, for example, say he wants to view the report of finance or anything related to finance from one company or one sub organization. So if you take one organization, they will be dividing their organization into based on the region also. Okay, suppose for Karnataka there is a different report. For Chennai there will be a different report. So this org value will depend what they are in that report, what they need to see. Okay, so once this entire thing is assigned, only then they can access the transaction and view the report. Okay, this is how end-to-end user creation and role assignment works. This is how you are restricting the access. This will decide what he is doing, which what field value he has access for, whether he can delete, change, lock, unlock, view, create. Okay, this transaction will see like which report he is having access for, and this role will say which model related, whether it's a finance related, media management related role. Okay, so this will be decided. So this transaction, for example, say there are 10 transactions, in that 5 are related to finance and another 5 are related to material management. Who will decide which will be going to which user? So you will create a different role for finance, you will create a different role for material management. Okay, then you are segregating the duties and it will be assigned for different user. Okay, that is the complete picture here. Understood? So see, you may be new to these terms: role, transaction, authorization objects, field, org values. Okay, don't worry. Once you are into the system, once I start the session in the further days, so it will be a day-to-day thing. Like you'll be in the every sentence you'll be talking about user, role, transaction, authorization object, field, org values. Okay. Any questions or any doubts here?
So, yes, Vinay, I have a doubt. So this
Yes.
role, authorization, object, all these are predefined, or we have to create those things?
See, this field and authorization objects and transaction, these are the predefined values which are given by SAP. But this role, it will be the custom roles which you will be creating. Even you can create the custom transaction codes and custom objects as well. But SAP from SAP side, as soon as you install the system, it will come as a package covering the all the modules. For example, say let's one organization has taken the SAP system and they have installed the modules of finance and MM. So all the standard SAP transactions related to finance and MM and their respective authorization objects will be preloaded into the system. So how it will be loaded? There is a SU25 step. Okay, so that will decide what are the transactions which are coming into the system from SAP side. So that is also will be covered in the this topics. Okay, that is a different whole other topic. When we are talking, when we are upgrading the system or when we are installing the system freshly, we have to run the test 25 steps so that all the standard transactions and standard authorization objects are into the system. So once these are there in the system, we will be creating the roles. Okay,
Okay.
we will be creating the custom roles so that we will decide which transaction will go to which user. Maybe in some organization they need few transaction in a separate role, and in other organization it will be, it depends on completely on the business process. Okay.
Understood. Okay.
Yes. Anyone else? Any doubts? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so whatever the things you are seeing on the screen: SU01, PFCG, SUIN, SU53, ST authorized or ST01, SU24, SU25. These are the day in day out activities of any security person. Okay, why SU01 is used? It's for creating the user or administering the anything related to users. Okay, PFCG similar. is everything related to role administration, whether to create the role, change the role. You asked, right, how we'll be creating the role or how the custom roles are designed. So it will be done by PFCG. And SUM, why you see SUM? So it's for the user details and the role details. Okay. SU53 and STR trace. This is for the troubleshooting of what access they are missing. Or if some user comes and say, I don't have access for this, how will you get to know that what access does he is missing? Okay. That will be, you will be finding by SU53 and STR trace. Okay. Then this is how your SAP standard values will be come into the system as a package. As soon as you install the system, this SAP will be proposing few standard SAP transactions. Okay, and by running this SU25 step, those transactions will be adapted into our system. By using that, we will be creating the roles in PFCG. Okay, so just to show you the screens, I'll be logging into the test system once. I will show you like how it looks just at the higher level. You want to see maybe like what is how the SAP screens are. If you're already working in SAP, then you'll be used to it. But for the people who are not worked on SAP, so for them, I will be showing this. Let me reshare my entire screen. Just tell me whether my screen is visible here, apart from presentation. Is my SAP screen visible?
No, no, it's not.
Okay, let me reshare the entire screen. So the initial screen which you see here, you'll be having the list of systems, and to log into that, you'll be having the you'll be getting the user ID and password for that. Okay. So this is the starting page of, as soon as you log in, this is what the screen looks like. Okay, to navigate in between the screens, or to go from one screen to another screen, or to perform few activities, there is a tab here. Okay, this is the this is where you enter the transaction. Okay, so for the people who have already worked on SAP, this is these all the basic things will be, they'll be knowing, no need to worry about it. But for the people who have not worked on SAP and seeing the screen for the first time, this is how your screen looks like. Okay, now let's go to the transactions one by one, anything related to security. Okay, these are the main basic transactions, but apart from this, there are n number of transactions which you'll be using. Okay, but as a part of day-to-day activity, as a security resource, these are the main SU0. First one is SU01. Okay, here you can see it's asking for user. Okay, at the top you can see here create, edit, display, delete, copy, and lock, unlock, and password reset. Okay, suppose let's say if you want to create a new user, just create it. Okay, this is where you will assign the decides or assign the roles what he requires. Okay, then next code is PFCG. This is where you will be creating the roles. For example, say some user come and ask like, I want finance related transaction code, and in the system you don't have the particular role which will give that access. So what you will do, you will create a different role. Let's say test, and if I this is just a random name which I am giving, but in whenever you are working on a project, there will be a different naming convention. It is not like you can create test 1 2 3 4 5 or anything. They'll be according to the project, they'll be creating a proper role name for each and every process. For example, anything which is starting with for finance related thing, they'll be starting with ZS underscore FI underscore something, and for ZS underscore MM. Okay, anything you are creating as a custom role will be starting with Z. Okay, just creating it. See here how you will be assigning the transactions, which I said. For example, you want to give one user access for SU01. You come here and you assign the transaction. Okay, user maintenance. Assign it and save it. So as soon as you create this role, he will not get the access. So that's why you have to assign this role to that user. If you maintain this user ID, for example, this is my ID. I'm just taking an example. As soon as I assign this, he will be having access for SU01. So remember one thing, you are not assigning the T code. You are assigning this role to the user. So that's how he is getting access for user maintenance. Okay. And one more main important T code is SU53. For the people who have worked on SAP basis, you will be seen a lot of this while interacting with the SAP security team. Whenever a user is facing any issues, the first thing we check is, or we ask is for the SC53. Okay, this is where you will see what are the access which users are missing. Okay, yeah, and so these things will be taken during the upcoming sessions also. Let's not go in depth of all these things. For each dedicated transaction code for user administration, what we'll be using, everything will be covered as a part of different sessions. Okay, let's go back here. Now comes the GRC part. Okay. Initially, someone asked like, is it a separate thing, SAP security and GRC? No, it's a combination. SAP security will go along with GRC AC. SAP GRC is a governance tool, governance, risk, and compliance. It's a tool similar to what you have different system. You have ECC, S4HANA, correct? Similarly, you have GRC system as well. What does it do? Why do you need that? Okay, suppose say some access is already assigned for some users. Okay, assigned for some 100 users or 1,000 users. You cannot go and check for each and every user like what is happening, which role is assigned, which transaction code is executing, or what access does he got. Okay, so that cannot be done for each and every individual user. So that's where this GRC comes into picture. Okay, in GRC also you have three modules: GRC access control, GRC process control, GRC risk management. Okay, in 100 SAP companies who are using, in 100 companies who are using SAP, in 99 of the companies they'll be using GRC AC. Okay, why? To identify these things. Okay, to assign the access. For example, there is a separate T code for SU01 and PSAG. In SU0, you'll be assigning the access. But as a business process, for example, say you have in an organization, you have 50,000 people. You cannot go and take approvals and assign the roles manually in SU01, correct? So that's why GRC will automate that. For example, you raise some end user will raise a request in GRC. Okay, it will automatically go for approvals. It will take the approvals. Okay, once it is getting the approval, once everything is completely approved, it will be automatically assigning that access in the system. This is the complete automation of how user is getting access. Okay, so where your part comes as a security person, you have to be knowing like how to configure this. Okay, say some user comes and he raises a request for finance related role. Okay, it will be automatic. One access request will be raised. Okay, as soon as it is approved, it will be automatically assigned in the system. And while assigning also, there is one more check whether that will give any risk. Okay, is there a segregation of duties? For example, for PO creation and PO approval, that should be done by different people. But if that both are getting assigned for a single person, it will identify. Okay, saying maybe because of this there'll be a certain risk in the system. Risk in the sense, by that they can do the financial frauds. Not only financial frauds, n number of frauds can be done if there is a mismatch of access. Okay, to monitor all those things. To have that in a controlled process, you have GRC. Understood? Any doubts?
No.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, let's move on. So inside GRC AC, that is access control, we have 5 modules. 5 modules for each of the thing for checking the risk in the sense what user is having access for, and will that cause any fraud in the system. To check that, we have different module. In that module, your part is to how to configure that. What is your day-to-day activity? So those all the things will be covered in this entire sessions, upcoming sessions. Okay. Along with that, access request management, business role management, emergency access, user access review. User access review is nothing but whatever the access which are already assigned for the users. So are those really necessary? Their managers will be automatically getting the mails saying that okay, this access has been assigned, will you review it, and if he is okay, then it will be continued. Okay, or else if he is marking it for removal, then that access will be removed from that ID. Okay, for handling each and everything with respect to SAP security, there is these are the modules which are there in GRC. This GRC system will be connected to SAP security. They are not different, they are not same also. Okay, it's a combination of SAP security and GRC to complete user administration and role administration. Okay. So ARM will talk about like how users can raise a request, how we'll be able to see what roles are assigned for that particular user. And in ARA, again, it's checking for the risk before the approval or after the approval also you can check approvals. And BRM is for role creation. Whatever the roles you have created in BFCG in the system, those roles will be visible here also. Okay, those would be monitored. What access those roles have, what are the T codes, what are the functions, what they can do. Entire thing will be handled by business role management. Okay, and in EAM, this is also one of the module and very important module. Okay, so in any emergency cases, suppose you have something related to finance access, okay, but in production system or in the live environment, you'll be not getting highly elevated access. So in some emergency cases, if he requests that access, he needs a elevated access, correct? So that emergency access will be handled by a different ID. So how we will get, how to raise a request, how to configure that, everything will be coming under EAM. Okay. So in as soon as the user raises a request, like how it will identify the approvers and which path it will go. So that entire thing will be handled in ARM. That will come as MSMP workflows and the BRF plus rule sets. Okay, so this will be covered as a part of the sessions also. Entire configuration of each individual modules in GRC, ARA, ARM, BRM, EAM, UAR. Okay. Next. So this is where the future of SAP security and GRCs. Now everyone are in ECC, and in this, most of the companies are now migrating into S4 and Fiori as well. Okay, along with that, they are already using GRC. Okay, the future state of this is, if you learn this, this will be the future thing. So this is where how it is headed. See, these are not the replacement. Okay, this is the future things. So for that one, you have to be fully thorough on the basics. ECC is for HANA GRC. Still 75%, more than 75% of the organizations are here. Okay, this is where the scope is. Okay, from here to here, if they want to migrate, there also SAP security is needed. If they want to integrate SAP GRC also, there also SAP security and GRC concentrated is required. Okay, even now if you open any of the job portals or anywhere, you will see SAP security consultant, and in the job description there will be mentioned like someone who has worked on ECC to S/4HANA migration role design. Why? Because they also want to transform from ECC to S/4HANA. So they need SAP security and GRC consultant. Okay, if you check in the Google, so SAP is decommissioning this ECC support for ECC. They are not decommissioning the system, but their support to this ECC will be decommissioned. So by end of it was supposed to be ended in 2027, but they have moved it to 2030, I guess. Okay, so by 2030, everyone has to come to S/4HANA. So that is why the demand is more for SAP security and GRC. Not only for SAP security and GRC, even for basis people also. For migration, if they have worked on SAP ECC to S/4HANA migration or system installation, they also have these are ABAP, SAP basis, and SAP security and GRC. These are the technical modules, backbone of each and every module, functional modules. Okay, suppose say there is a finance related consultant, he'll be working only on finance, and there is a separate consultant, he'll be working on only material management. But ABAP, SAP basis, SAP security, these three more technical modules will be handling everything in the system. Okay, so ABAP and basis is again a different thing. ABAP, anything related to coding, so how they'll be designing this particular screens, or they'll be creating the custom programs, how SAP should behave. So those things will be handled by ABAP. Okay, and SAP basis will be on the system configuration level, database handling, those things. So then comes the access part. So that is where SAP security stands. If they want to move from here to here, then also they need SAP security. If they want GRC to be installed, then also they need SAP security and GRC. So on top of that, these are the additional things. Okay, but that is the future state, how SAP is going forward. So wherever you see, in everywhere they are using or telling that AI is needed. So SAP is also slowly adapting it to AI world, but it's still a long run, not now. Okay.
Vinay, just a small dot on the previous one.
Hmm.
As like I'm from like new to this SAP, so I just have it out like what is this ECC, HANA, GRC? What are this different? Like, is there any servers or anything?
See, these are the systems. For example, let me give you a simple example. Okay, assume you have iPhone X. That is the oldest model. That is called ECC. That is one system. That is one application. Okay. Now S/4HANA is the latest version of that, iPhone 17. Okay. So it's a different versions of that. These are all the systems, applications,
Okay.
servers or anything. Okay, anything you need to perform, you have to log into this application. For example, you want to play games in your mobile. Okay, for that one you need one application in your mobile, right?
Yes.
That is the system. You have to log into that application, then you can perform your play game, or you can do even you can consider WhatsApp as one application. So to send a message, you have to log into that, and in WhatsApp, inside WhatsApp, everything will be done: messaging, call, everything. So this is how. So to getting the access for WhatsApp, so your ID will be created there also, correct? So that is also how you decide for the backend configurations on the backend team of WhatsApp. So they also will be having different teams. Similarly, SAP is also one application where organizations need to perform some activities. So as a SAP security person, we will be handling like who will be accessing what and their ID creation part.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah. Next. So this is just an average salary of current based on the years of experience, like how much you'll be earning and the demand of the current market situation. Okay, it is just an average. You can go and search in the Glassdoor or any job portals also, you can get these things. So I'm just want to convey that how demanding is SAP security and GRC is. Okay, that is for the main reason is everyone are migrating now. They need a resource. Okay, so at any point of time, even in the entire year, if you go and search in the LinkedIn or any job portals, you will be finding SAP security and GRC related jobs. Okay, so these are the few of the companies who are. I mean, there are a number of companies apart from whatever is listed here. So these are the service-based companies. This will provide the servicing only. They are not using SAP for themselves, but they are helping other clients, other projects to run their SAP, and they are giving resources. They are also hiring, and in the product-based also they will be having their own team for SAP security, for SAP basis, for a GRC consultant, for ABAP. They'll be having their own team. They will also do the hiring. Okay, this is just 0.1% of like how many companies are using SAP. You can just Google it, like saying how many companies are using SAP, and in all the companies who are using SAP, they need a SAP basis consultant, they need a SAP security consultant, they need a SAP developer. But rest other modules are dependent on whatever they are using, finance, material management, whatever they require, they will use. Okay, that is how the current market demand is. And this is what we'll be covering as a part of this course. Okay, SAP security fundamentals. Okay, so inside that we'll be having how the architecture looks. I mean, how SAP security is sitting in entire SAP, user administration for complete, what are the types of users, role administration, what are the types of roles, how to create the roles, what are tailored roles, master roles, authorization management, how you will update those authorization objects. Okay, and how to troubleshoot the issues. For example, and this main part, fifth point, will be the main thing in an SAP support project. Okay, so many things will be coming, so many users will be saying I don't have access for this. So how do you find out like what access is missing for that? So this everything will be covered in this course. Okay, not only just theory, but I can say you can find these courses in YouTube also. They'll just say like this is the T code you will be using for finding out the things, but you will be not knowing like how to use that at the right time. For example, say there is a difference between AC53 and ST authorize. Both are for troubleshooting themselves, but when to use which transaction code, that once you are in the system, then only you will get to know. You have to understand the scenario, then only you will be identifying like how these things work end to end. Okay, then this is the this everything will be talking about ECC system. There is an older version which still they are using. Now once it is migrated, there is a new concept called Fiori. Okay, so that in the system I showed the SAP GUI screen, right? So instead of that, now in the new version they have a web-based application. Okay, so for that, how to configure the access for that, how to create the roles, spaces, pages, everything related to Fiori security and S4HANA will be covered in this modules. Okay, then coming to GRC, entire GRC implementation. For example, there is a fresh greenfield implementation. Okay, I want to tell you this also. In SAP there are three type of projects. One is greenfield implementation. That is a fresh SAP installation. So suppose one organization is not using SAP, they want to come shift into SAP. That is called greenfield implementation. Another one is brownfield. They're already using SAP, but they are extending their business to across different countries, so that they need a extra system, or they want to add GRC access control to that. So that is called brownfield implementation. And one more is support project. Everything is set up, and then as a part of day-to-day things, what you will be doing as a SAP security side or GRC access control side, what are the issues users will be facing. So those troubleshooting steps, everything. Okay, so this will be covering the entire thing, configuration of GRC, ARM, ARA, EAM, UAR, BRM, and how the project related scenarios will come. So in a few sessions I'll be telling you like what is SU53 or SU01. Then next, how we will use it in project level scenarios. Why do you use this T code? Why do you use SU01? Why do you use PFCG? So those things will be covered as a part of scenario thing. So in my sessions, most of the things will be working in the system itself, not on the PPTs, not on the theory. Theory will be at the starting point. Maybe 5 or 10 minutes I'll be explaining what is that. Then most in 90% of the session it will be how and why it is working, how it is working. Okay, that is how the you have to learn basically. See, even now theory can be learned by anyone, but to understand the scenario, practical examples, how the system works, how you will navigate, so those things will be covered by this course. Okay. Yeah, hands-on session, everything. So by the end of this course, you will be complete as a SAP Secretary and GRC consultant. Anything which is coming related to users or security or PFCG roles, troubleshooting, even for Fury everything, backend access, front end, how the configuration works in GRC access control workflows, how to design the tool set, how to design BRM, UR access reviews, everything. Okay, and along with that, once we complete this entire training, so after that you will be having the interview preparation as well. Okay. So yeah, so ready to start. If you are fine with everything, so whatever the session we have there, if you have any doubts, I'm open to answer anything, not even the simplest question you can ask. Okay, anything related to SAP security or anything related to this course or the modules which we have talked about, anything.
So I just had like doubt related to the course duration. How much will be the course duration?
So this will be for the 40 hours. So our entire modules are designed on the basis of 40 hours itself. So for every week, it will be 5 hours per day, 1 hour. That will be from 8:30 to 9:30, and it will be entire for 2 months.
So this is the same time, right? So 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Hi Vinay, this is Afro.
Hi. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a domain change. I'm into banking domain for about 5 years.
Mhm.
I'm just looking for a domain change into accounting or any finance role for the entry level. So I heard from many people like something called SAP FICO. I just know the name. I'm not sure about the entire thing. So
Yes, SAP
what does it make difference
Picker.
with this security GRC? Yeah.
See, in SAP security, you'll be deciding like what finance related roles are there. But if you are from a banking domain and if you want to go to similar domains, then SAP FICO. That means anything related to finance in SAP system will be handled by a FICO consultant itself. Everything, for example, billing, cost centers, accounts payable, everything will be coming under that. But SAP security will decide like what access to the need for finance consultant. Okay, both are different, but SAP security, since we are from a banking domain, it will be better you go for a SAP FICO itself. Honest opinion. Okay, in SAP
Okay.
security, you'll be learning more on access related part for finance related things. If you are interested in that, so then you can join this SAP security GRC course. Okay.
Okay. Fine. Yeah.
Vinay, Vicky,
Yes.
is there any weekend classes?
Weekend classes. As of now, it's not there, but we can discuss. You can discuss with one of our staff, so they can tell you more about that. Okay, so this particular batch is for weekdays from us for the same time, 8:30 to 9:30. You can drop a message for the same number where you got this demo link, so they will provide more information on it. Okay.
Okay, Vinay, I will notice this inside just GRC, you do not need any ISO certification.
I didn't hear that. Can you repeat?
Yeah, inside GRC in SAP, do
Mhm.
we have any ISO certification? Do you receive anything?
Yes, see, as a SAP from SAP side itself, there will be a standard certification. Okay, that has a high value. If you add that SAP security and GRC certificate in your resume, so that will give a high value for that. Okay, so we can. I mean, after completing this course, you'll be able to attend that certification as well. That is a different part. You can learn according to that. So, but the topics, whatever they will ask in the certification, so that will be coming entirely from this on. Okay.
I'm asking without certification, can we have jobs in GRC, or only having certification will get more job?
SAP certification will brings in value, but you should have a knowledge on these topics as well. Then only you can attend the certification exam. Okay, it's a task-based exam. Okay, so as soon as you register for that certification exam, you have to perform some task in the system. So that is how they evaluate it. It's not like question and answer or multiple choice question. Initially, it was like that only, but now they have changed it to task-based and system-based. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Anyone else? Any
Hi,
doubts?
Nadina here. Good
Yes,
evening.
Nadine. Good evening.
Yeah. Coming to the course, everything is good. See,
Mhm.
what is my question is, as far as my job search, like I've
Mhm.
already done SAP ANA in SD module. Okay.
Okay.
So finding a job was very big challenge for me. So this was, he's the guy from Hyderabad where I got this online coaching and all.
Okay.
So on the final stage to push us for the jobs, no, he
Mhm.
started costing like last July month I completed that. We
Okay.
had 1 month of training, and
Mhm.
after that he had a session where he was telling that he can give the experience and push into the companies as a whole, telling like that. And there he
Okay.
costed us nearly 85,000 for that. Like whatever
Mhm.
support you wanted to give and all that. So you people also do the same thing after completion of course or any, because see only completion
See.
of the course is let me
Okay.
finish. Okay,
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
this is
Please.
what I have faced. Two
Mm.
places I've done my course and I've got the certificate also, but it's of no use. Okay,
Mm.
finding the job because we are new, no, a job
Mm.
search. There is, that is the place where we are stuck. We don't know how to do this job search, and moreover, in Naukri where we are applying, no, they ask minimum 2 3 years. When you are new to the subject, how will you carry it? If everybody is demanding 2 to 3 years of experience,
Okay.
how they
See,
get
to
into the
answer to
question?
that, let me ask a
Hmm.
simple question. Like, how was the training structure of them? Tell me this. Don't. I mean, let's talk about the interview part and everything afterwards. Tell me,
Okay.
like, how we cover the entire training structure. Did you learn anything?
See, every day 8 to 9 we had their classes.
Mm.
They had LMS portal. We had to
Mhm.
practice there. Like we had a kind of access to server where we had to
Mhm.
practice all these things they provided us. Okay, I did the certification part also.
Mm.
So for
See,
going for
that
the
is that is fine. That is fine.
huh,
But
okay.
the my
Hmm.
main question was like, how was the structure of that? So were they only telling like how what is this or how this is working? What was there any real scenarios of the project? That is what I was saying was.
Not
See,
in depth.
you
Not
will get the theory part in the YouTube also. Now also,
yes,
correct.
correct.
That is the
Hmm.
difference. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
See,
Hmm.
in seeing the theory part, you will get n number of number of YouTube videos only for just seeing the theory related things. You can learn theory in maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks also if you sit straight. Okay, but the
There is very
main
new
difference,
explorer.
yeah, the
Hmm.
main thing which will come as soon as you
Hmm.
step into the interview, what they will ask in your previous project, what you have done.
What you have
Correct.
done, correct.
That
Yes.
is the main question, or even when I am taking interviews, like that is the first question which I will
First
ask.
question. Yes, that's
What
very
is
correct.
the thing
Hmm.
which you have worked in previous project? For that
Hmm.
one, what you have to do, you have to whatever the thing which I'm showing, that I will be
Mhm.
explaining on the scenario basis, not on what is this. I can tell what
Okay.
is SU01 is, what is user administration is. That will
Yes.
never take you anything.
Ah,
Okay.
yes. You
The
should be
real
hands-on.
the real application is like what is SU01, how it will work, when it
Yes.
will work, and how it is working in a project.
Okay.
So, see,
Mm-hmm.
in a client environment, whenever you are working a project, anyone
Mm-hmm.
can easily identify the person who has worked in the project and who has not worked in the project.
Yeah. Oh, yes,
There
that's
are
correct.
few
You need to know.
minute, there are few minute points which will differentiate between this and that. Correct?
Yes,
That
correct.
is what you are getting from this course. I am not telling
Mm.
like I will teach you the entire theory thing. I am telling I will prepare you according to the scenario.
Okay.
Okay.
So after the completion, we can face an interview. You're going to train us in that way, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And there's also one of the talks like we'll get some project where we have to complete it, then only be able to get into the job role essay. So how correct this is? I wanted to understand, Vinay. Like
Uh,
after this.
I didn't get it. Can you repeat that? I mean, after
Me,
completion of the.
nowadays, no, when we like I was into connecting to many organizations. So
Mhm.
one nowadays they are telling we'll give you this real time project experience also. For
Hmm.
that they are charging different amount. After that
See,
you will.
this real-time project thing is not after the completion of the course or once everything is completed. I am telling for that
Okay.
particular topic, if I'm talking about one particular thing, there you
Mhm.
will get the scenario explanation, not the, I will not tell like we'll complete the entire theory part and let's after that we'll go and
Okay.
jump into
Okay.
the scenarios or project related things. Whenever
Okay.
I'm explaining the topics, it will be entirely on the scenario levels only. For example, if I
Scenario.
tell what is this, then I have to tell how it is getting done in the project. Then only you'll be able to tell, okay, I have worked in this project. Correct?
Correct. Yeah. So this is what we faced because I'm truly interested to get into SAP, but I'm not getting the right mentor. Because see, after the completion of course, also we need somebody where to go, how to get that, isn't it? We come with so much of positive thoughts that after this we'll have some other dreams, right? So
Correct.
this is where I was dropped down, but still
See,
again my.
trust me, when I started my career, I was also in the same question saying that what is this SAP? I was in college or anything. I have not even heard like what is SAP.
Okay.
In
Mm-hmm.
most of the people who have joined the session also, they will be not knowing like what is SAP also.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in the same dilemma, like saying that
Mm.
what is this? What does it do? Like how it will help? What is the demand? Okay.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
But truly telling, after the research and all, I've got to know, I know the value of SAP. So
Hmm.
somehow I need to get into that. That is the spirit I have in me.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's why, as that Vani also motivated me to attend the today's demo class.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm here. But that's what these questions I had in mind. So I thought,
Sure.
let me
Sure. Sure.
raise.
It's good. It's good that you asked this question. Like you'll be clear on what you are entering into. Correct. So
Yes,
now if
yes,
you're clear,
that's
then there's an point.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Vicky. It was nice answers. Thank you.
Anyone else? Anything?
Hello,
Yes. Who is this?
Bakiraj.
Yes,
Uh,
Bakiraj.
yeah. One doubt. Actually, I worked in some of the companies, but
Mm-hmm.
in the companies, I use the version like ECC only.
Mm-hmm.
In that, we work up to like T code, giving access to T codes by creating the roles up to the assigning the roles to SU01 up to the level to that level only we worked. But
Mm-hmm.
in that company, there is no idea about GRC. When this GRC included after S4 on a version
No, no,
happened
no.
or
See, it
before
will be
itself?
used before itself only. It was there. Okay. Along with ECC also, GRC can be integrated. Along with S4HANA also, it will be integrated. So
Okay.
GRC is the add-on to that existing system. ECC is the first version, correct? Older version. Now S4HANA
Okay.
is there. GRC
Yes,
can
right.
handle both the systems. It's not, I mean, it entirely depends on the company to whether to use GRC access control or not. They'll be using some other softwares also to handle this. But SAP from their side itself, they are giving it as a package. Okay, SAP is a tool from, GRC is a tool from SAP side itself to handle all these things, whatever I have explained.
Yeah,
Okay.
but before 2 years only I came to know about this GRC. Before that, actually, I have nearly of 15 years of experience. Before
Mhm.
that, I don't have that much idea. Nobody will thought about GRC process, nothing like that. Now only after S4 HANA only I came to know this GRC also included
No, no,
in our
no.
process like that.
As far as I know, this was released in 2008 itself, the first version of GRC. Now,
Oh, okay,
in the next year, they are bringing GRC 2026. So there are three
okay,
versions: GRC 10.0 and GRC 12.0, which was released in 2014 or something. I don't know the exact year, but now the modules are same, but it's a newest version. For example, ECC to S4HANA, how they have the newest version. GRC also, they are coming to GRC 2026. So now, whatever you are learning, most of the companies are currently in GRC 12.0.
okay.
Okay, so
So our
it's
version is 2024 or 12, 12,
no, no,
26,
no.
right?
From
Ah,
it's depends on the support pack. So there are only
okay,
three versions here: GRC 10.0, GRC 12.0, and GRC 2026 is the upcoming version. It's not yet released to any of the
oh,
users.
not yet released. Okay,
Yeah. So, but GRC 12 is there from almost 10, 12 years, as far as I know. It's a old
okay,
only. Not,
okay.
yeah.
That's
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, so if no one is having any questions, then we can wind up the session. It's 9:42 now. Okay, so thank you all. Thanks for joining the session. It was good communicating with you. I hope it will see in the upcoming sessions also. Okay. Uh, okay.
Sir, hello.
Hello.
Sir,
Yes.
Kishore speaking, sir.
Yes, Kishore.
Sir,
You
from
can.
past yes, sir. From past 3.6 years, I'm working as the plant engineer, sir. So
Okay.
I have completed my mechanical engineering.
Mhm.
So from past 3.6 years, I'm working as the engineer, okay, mechanical engineer.
Okay.
So I thought to do the PM model, sir, plant maintenance model.
Mhm.
So why I thought is like they will consider my experience. I thought so. If I take this model, so my experience will be considered, or will they treat me as freshers?
They will treat you as fresh. See, you can, while taking this course, if you are learning on the scenario based question, you can say that I have worked on SAP security for 2.5 years or 3 years. Okay,
Okay.
you'll be
Mm-hmm.
prepared accordingly. But even if you go to PM module or MM module, there also you will consider as the same. This, see, working in the plant and working as a MM consultant or PM consultant is a very different thing. See, considering what I have seen, it's better to take SAP security itself, because I am also from mechanical engineer background. So when I
Okay.
started my,
Okay.
yeah, that's what. So when I started my career, I was not even knowing what is SAP. Okay.
Okay,
Now
sir.
here
Okay.
I am. So that's why. Okay. See, it is not having any coding. That is the main important thing here. Okay. SAP security doesn't have any coding or logical thing. It is just how
Okay.
you understand the process, how you understand the system. Okay. It's easier to
Mm-hmm.
learn and easier to work in the project. That's it.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Okay. Sir. Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
So like so now they will treat me as so they won't treat me as like experienced guy, right? They'll treat me as
You
the
see,
fresher only.
you can see based on the company which you have worked on. So in your PF or in your offer letter, whatever they have worked on, if it is something related to a plant, some organization name will be there. You can say that I have worked on SAP security. It's not a big deal. Okay, but you have to prepare accordingly. If you are showing it as you have 2.5 years of the SAP experience in SAP security and GRC, then they will ask the questions accordingly, saying that what type of projects you have worked on, what are the things you have learned. So similarly, that's how you have to prepare here. That is what you are
Okay.
getting from this course.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So as of now, I'm using the like screens like this. at the.
Mhm.
So I will be doing this. I will do like PAR and PO and all in the
Okay.
by using the codes. Okay,
Mhm.
so I
Then,
have some not
yeah,
so
then
much of depth knowledge. Yes.
you have the screen experience. Just you have to
Yeah, yes,
understand
sir.
the process of SAP security. Okay.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. Don't worry.
okay, sir.
We
Got
will.
it.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Done. Okay. So, okay, then we'll be ending this session. See you all. Bye.